Okay. The topic is presentation skills and how to overcome your fear. Actually, here you should not be having some space. That is a grammatical mistake. Okay. Okay. It is like this, how we need to present anything, not only technical paper, anything. If you have been asked to get onto your class dais or any kind of a forum, either it is online mode or offline mode, or where crowd is something like 10 members or it may be 10,000 members, there is no difference between these two things. Yes, believe in my words. If you have all these skills, if you have enough knowledge regarding the topic, I repeat, if you have enough knowledge or enough wisdom regarding this topic that you have been asked to speak, that you have been asked to present, if you have a proper skills, then consider there is no difference between 10 people and 10,000 people. I proudly tell you that I was one kind of that person who was never felt scared of any kind of crowd. It happened with me right from my childhood. I have developed some public speaking skills. It is it comes only you can tell me, sir, you were very fortunate. Okay, I may be fortunate, I may be lucky enough, but there was something like great efforts from my side. It doesn't anything new does not come to you very easily. One author said that if you want come to limelight, then you should be in darkness for a decent time, decent amount of time. Okay, decent time. That means if you are that kind of a person willing for, yes, I want to shine, I want to be in that limelight position, then consider you need to go away from those kind of people. You need to face yourself in darkness. I think everyone understood this one. That means if you want success, then you have to face many things. Even you have to get to some kind of humiliation. The very bad thing about this generation is that they are unable to cope up with the humiliation. Humiliation means greatest height of insult. People are not taking anything, that means people are taking everything to the heart. They feel very humiliated. Example, if any person comes and asks marks in front of others, they feel that as an insult. Primarily, I am that kind of a person who never asks something related to academics among any kind of people, because I don't like. Example, the reason is that whenever a person writes exam, that person is writing exam solo. Every person is writing their own exam on a solo basis, on a solitude basis. But when results are announced, it has been announced to larger crowd. This is a system. You could say, sir, we cannot announce the results to individual person. Okay, if that may be the reason, but I am as a student, I was not interested to be announced my results or my friend results. As a faculty, even I am not interested to announce results to my students also. I feel this one to be very awkward, and I want this kind of thing should be changed. This kind of a thing should be changed from education system. Okay, getting inside. See, I was telling you, if you have these kind of things, no change. Example, there is a bus. There is a bus, and we have a bus driver, and we have a conductor. There is a bus. Driver is very comfortable. Conductor is very comfortable to drive to move this vehicle forward. If those guys have only one person in the bus, or 50 persons in the bus, or even 100 persons on the bus, there is no difference for them. They will drive the same thing in the same manner. No change will be happening. Remember this one. If you are this kind of a driver who is trying to drive their talent towards the crowd, and the conductor is your will, one thing is your consciousness, one thing is your will. Combine both the things to put this kind of a transport. Transport means what? Your talent towards the crowd means what? Public. Don't worry. Everyone is not equi talented. I mean, example, there is a person, excuse me, there is a person A, B and C. This person is good at speaking or soft skills. This person is good at soft skills. This guy has great talent. This person is good at academics. Nothing is matching. I mean, nothing is matching over here. But consider, this guy is good, this guy is good, even this guy is also good. Now, if each and every person is equi-talented in somewhere other, first you need to believe this one. There is no superior, there is no inferior. Both are sitting or standing on the same platform. First believe yourself. First understand your talent levels, because everyone has the same amount of brain. Nothing new. Okay. But this guy A and B will be thinking that B are very lesser than C, because these two guys are prominently related with the academics. You people, you 67 people or 260 people, you are primarily connected with the academics. So you will be starting comparing yourselves with the person whoever is first in the academics. I've told you, mere having academic knowledge will not lead you the success. You need to have talent, you need to have a skill set, you need to have confidence, you need to have presentation skills. It goes on from 1 to n. You need to possess all the things. If one person is good in one thing, if you are good in nth part, it doesn't mean that he is very greater than you. Primarily, what I recommend you people is, do not compare with others. We have comparisons in 3 types: greater than, lesser than, equal. Don't compare with others. You can only compare with yourself. Okay, in first test I got 70%. In second test I got 80%. In third test I was failed. Only compare with you. If you want to grow forward, you compare only with you. Then only you could excel. Next one. Speaking about presentation skills. Presentation skills are the skills you need in delivering effective and engaging presentations to a variety of audiences. Yes, you cannot have the same audiences and you do not know what kind of audiences they are. So consider yourself that they are vivid audiences. It can range. These skills cover a variety of areas such as the structure of your presentation, design of your slides, the tone of your voice and the body language you convey. Body language, whenever I speak about body language in presentation, you need to have some kind of open body language. Open body language means, look at his hands. He has opened his hands. That means he is open for any kind of discussion. Next one. I've told you, you should be very much open for the discussion. Say something goes on like this. If you are speaking, if you are willing to speak some 10 points in your presentation, if you are in third point, if any person interrupts you, at that time you may say that, see, please do not interrupt me. Let me finish off all my points. Then only you can ask me, or you can clarify your questions only at the end. This is very bad behavior. You will say this one only because you have mugged up all those 10 points. That means you do not have a proper command on that topic. If you really have a command on the topic, then you will never say stop. Please wait till the end. Example, I will take an example. Consider a person is asking your address and you are in the process of telling that person. Mr. 1 is telling address to the second person. Second person is unable to understand what you are telling. He interrupts you first time. Okay, you are answering him second time. Again he interrupts. Again you are telling. Again you are interrupting. By this what happens? This guy, Mr. 1, gets fed up. He will be fed up and literally he will be shouting at that person. Remember one thing, you got fed up not because he is asking you a number of questions. You are fed up because you made him question for a number of times. Understand this one. అతను అన్ని క్వశ్చన్లు అడిగాడని మీరు ఫెడ్ అప్ అవుతున్నారు అని మీరు అనుకుంటున్నారు. నో, అతను అన్ని ప్రశ్నలు అడగడానికి మీరు ఛాన్స్ ఇచ్చారు కాబట్టి మీరు ఫెడ్ అప్ అవుతున్నారు. ఇది ఫ్యాక్ట్. సో అతను అడిగే ప్రతిసారి యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ద థింగ్ దట్, సీ వై ఐఎమ్ మేకింగ్ ఇట్ వెరీ కాంప్లెక్స్. You have made the chat very complex. Only you made that one very complex. you should be making the conversation to be very simple. Okay, who can make the topic or concept or presentation very simple? Only the person who has 100% knowledge about that kind of concept. If you are unable to make that one simple, then you will not put that one to be very your 100%. I mean, I will take same example. If I ask, hey, can you tell me your address? You would tell me the address. Basically, I am not resident of Tirupati, so I will ask, see, I don't know that one. Okay, you try to take some nearest things. Again, I say, no, I don't know that one. Okay, now you try to tell me landmarks. No, even I don't know the landmarks because I am very damn new to the city. So you have been telling and sharing many things. Finally, you shouted at me, sir, don't you know this one also? Yes, that is what if I know anything, why would be I asking you this one? So before you answering itself, you should come to one idea that this person does not know anything. So start with the trial and error method. Like tell him the nearest thing, no. Landmark, no. Now you came to know that this guy does not know anything. See, things vary from the situation to situation. Few people, they will take a piece of paper and a pen, they will draw the map and give them. Few persons, they will be explaining them like anything. Okay. So if I have been asked you several times and you are telling me the same thing, still I am not understanding, I will confirm that you do not know proper areas in Tirupati. You know only about your locality. Apart from your locality, you don't know much about your city, because as you do not know anything, you are unable to make the things very simple for me. Yeah? Okay. So whenever you start presenting anything, you need to prepare very, very, very well. Preparation means what? Not only topic, you have to even prepare for the follow-up questions that occur in the topic, because they are going to ask what kind of question. If I speak, example, if the topic is about Sachin, Tendulkar, then you will not ask me anything related to Ganguly. So whenever I start any presentation regarding Sachin Tendulkar, I should be preparing 1 to n points, n topics with the crowd. That means I need not to put up all the things in the presentation. I can find only 1 to 10 points, and I should be prepared for n number of questions. As I told you, the crowd is very vivid. Vivid means wide range of crowds. They can ask any kind of question that is there. But once they ask a question, you are gone. If you do not know the answer, you cannot tell, no, I don't know, I did not prepare for that. You cannot give these kind of things, because I've told you, you are no more students, you are professional now onwards. Dear students, I've told you, prepare your minds properly for the situation, prepare your slides as you wanted to prepare that one, and you need to vary your tone. You need to vary your tone as it may require for the crowd. Some people, they will be fed up with the lower tone. They don't want lower tone. Some people, they want very soft tone. Some people, they want very bass voice. So it varies. So you need to practice all these things. I will tell you how you need to practice. Dear students, tips for your next speech. Okay, I need to remind you something. The topic is about presentation skills. It is not only regarding the PPT that you present in your class or somewhere else. Just wait. Someone is getting. Okay. See, it is not about technical PPT presenting in front of your class or some other college. No, presentation means what? Whatever you know, you are just delivering that one. I would say your examination is a combination of your preparation and your presentation. Whatever you have prepared, you might have prepared for 70%. Then at least you should be in a position to present that one up to 60%. Then only at least you could expect 45% of result. So examination is a combination of both preparation and presentation. Sir, baga chadivutund sir ma papa ratranta chaduvutund sir kani markulu matram raa sir 35% matrame vachindi. Who cares? She does not have presentation skills. Only having preparation skill will never lead you anything. Sir, gantal tarabadi chadivanu sir, baga chadivanu, ratranta melkoni chadivanu. Evariki kavali? I have told you, it is combination of both the things. Remember this, my dear students. Okay, getting into this one. Everything you should be in a organized manner, get things to be organized. When you organize all of your thoughts, material, it is not materials, it is material. We don't have a plural form of material. Okay. It helps you to become much more relaxed. Sorry, pardon me. This word is both singular and plural, the same form. You don't have any kind of word called materials. Okay, correction. Okay, it helps you to become much more relaxed and calm. When you have clear or organized thoughts, it can greatly reduce your speaking anxiety because you can better focus on the one thing at a hand and giving a great speech. You could better practice all these things. Next one, practice and prepare. I was telling you, practice and prepare extensively, like anything. The more you practice, the better you get the knowledge, or you get use yourself in a proper position. Okay, nothing takes the place of practicing and preparing for your speech. Write out a script of your key points. My dear students, don't ask others to write a script for you. That is a bad habit. You should prepare your script. If your friend is giving any script of 100%, that is very fine. If you are in a position to prepare only for 50%, no problem, not at all a problem. Here, if your friend makes, you can only deliver maximum of 20%. Here you can deliver 50% and your confidence levels. This will lead you like anything. Even if you fail also, you don't bother much, because those are the words that have been come out of your mind. So write down your own script of your key points. Presentation, whenever we speak anything about the presentation, you need not to put out all the points that you know. Give only the points that the audiences need. But don't read from the script word for word. Prepare for your speech so well that every person, something is gone over here. Okay, question thrown at you. Whenever question thrown at you at any point of time, like if example, I've been giving you this training, I've told you many times, you could interrupt me at any point of time, because I know this very well. Even if you ask me in between also, I could clarify the doubts with ease. This is what I was trying to tell you. Interrupt the person if that person knows, and you should be very much ready for the interruption. If that person interrupts, if you are in the fourth point, the person is asking only first point, don't get anger. That person wants to know from you. That person wants to learn from you, because he is trying to acquire your knowledge. Then you have to feel proud of yourselves. If one person started asking questions, if n number of people started questions, they are throwing questions onto you. Don't feel bad. Feel proud of yourself that these many people are not having knowledge in this and I have knowledge in this. Feel proud of that one. Next one, eliminate fear of rejection. This is what I was telling, I think Navya. Okay. We generally, Navya, no offense, I was taking just an example. Okay. What if my audience hates my speech? No problem. What if they boo? You know this one, yes? Booing, you know this one, yes? People, you know this word? Booing?
Yes, sir. Giving unnecessary statement.
Okay, fine. This generally happens with the English spoken countries, that they are not liking your speech, they would say boo. Entire crowd would be saying. You could find this one in many stadia also. Cricket players would be playing, foreigner players, when they do something fishy, our audiences, our crowd, they would just ooh. Understand these kind of words. Okay. Try to eliminate all of your fears of rejection. The audience is there to listen to you for a reason. This is what I was telling you. Audience they are just waiting for you. They want to learn from you. At the time, even in my amateur days, I used to tell this one even to my friends also. Example, if I have 80% knowledge, consider this is my friend. My friend has 80% of knowledge and he has great fear of something. So fear of stage, fear of crowd, fear of audiences, fear of judges, everything. Or fear of result also. Any kind of fear or phobia, whatever it may be. And he lacks confidence. He does not have confidence. ultimately the result may literally go down to 40 to 50 percentage, which is very bad. You have 80 percentage and you got only 40 to 50 percentage, where literally you would be feeling very bad of yourself. Ultimately, the next time you perform, ultimately you can only perform 20 percentage, because from your previous result you will be comparing yourselves that though I prepared a lot, previously I got only 40 percentage, but this time I expect only 20 percentage. Again you lost confidence. So each and every time you don't have confidence, your result would be going down and your knowledge also will be going down. Another example. This is me. I have 60 percentage of knowledge, but I do not have fear. Why should I fear? Are they going to eat me or kill me? I don't have any fear. I have enough confidence, not overconfidence. I have enough confidence needed for any person to speak. At the time, I can produce 60% of my knowledge, or even 60% of, or more than 60% of my knowledge. Because sometimes when you are in good flow, the points that will be made by you, self-made by you, that will make you to speak more than 60 percentage. Okay, consider you spoke 60 percentage or 70 percentage, but next time when you go, you will be comparing yourselves. At this time, you can even make your percentage 60 percentage to 70 percentage. I think you would have understood, sir. We are in soft skills. Why are you speaking about percentages? No problem. You all are mathematical students. You will be understanding these terms properly. So I have been using these things, nothing else. So now compare these two things. 80 percentage, 60 percentage. This guy 20 percentage. You are 75 percentage. What are the changes happened between these two results? For now, you tell me. Don't compare these two things, but take this an example. What exactly happened? Take this one as an analysis. Can anyone tell me what was the mistake going on over there? Come on, students, you could speak with me. Anyone? You could speak to me. Analyze these two situations and tell me.
First person has fear, sir.
Okay.
The second one doesn't fear of any
result, sir.
Okay.
First person is thinking about the result, sir.
Okay. Can I have one by one answers, please? Yes, go on.
First person lacks confidence by his fear, sir, and the second person, he doesn't fear of anything, sir.
Okay, nice, very good. Next one.
First person is thinking about the result, sir.
Okay.
Second person is thinking whatever let it be.
Okay, so second person is really concentrated only about his presentation. This is what he was trying to tell, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Come on, students. See, everything is in front of you. You need to speak to me. I've told you 80 percentage, 20 percentage, 60 percentage, 75 percentage, and something written in between. You could tell me, analyze the things. Okay, fine. The major reasons would be lack of fear. This guy has fear. This guy does not have a fear. Lack of enough confidence. He has enough confidence. Not overconfidence. It is enough confidence. And they were really bothering about the result. This is very bad. You should never bother about the result. And next one. They were bothering about what kind of insult they may face if they make any mistake. If I speak English in a wrong manner, they may laugh at me. They were thinking about their insult. See, why do you think about insult? Just consider the reverse position of that. If I have enough confidence, if I don't have fear, then ultimately people are going to applaud my work. Judge will be going to appreciate my work. I will be standing in limelight. Why don't you think in positive manner? Start thinking in optimistic manner. Next one. Focus on patterns. When you speak, try to get into a rhythm or flow. Keep your sentences short. This is what I was trying to tell you the other day. Keep everything precise. Keep everything concise. and to the point and repeat key points. A short pause in between points can add anticipation to what you are going to say next. That means if you want to make audience very attentive to your class, to your presentation, what you can do is you can pass your speech. At the time they will be thinking, they will be very anxious of knowing the second point. They will be very curious to know what is going to be happening next. For this, they will be anticipating, they will be reacting very soon what kind of thing he is going to deliver us for. So even curiosity is anxiety. You need to develop anxiety and curiosity in audiences so that they can develop anticipation towards your speech. And there is one more point you need to remember. You should be majorly concentrating about your pitch. You should be concentrating about your tone. Understand one thing. If your pitch is going high, you would be starting like this. You could find this one in regular speeches also. You could find any kind of speech. Okay, in a regular speech, person may be using his voice like 30%, a little bit. He starts like this. My dear crowd, good morning to everyone. It is fine morning. Crowd is very good. We are celebrating Independence Day today. They will start speaking in this manner, in this tone. But as this goes on, it will be changing like what Subhash Chandra Bose has done to us, what Bhagat Singh has done to us. This goes on like this. This is like now 120%. They will be reaching their highest pitch. But they will think that if they speak in a higher tone only, crowd is going to concentrate more. In fact, that is wrong. The thing is, if you increase your pitch, you will think that audiences will be observing more. You know one thing, if you started your speech like this, like your 100%, one guy is shouting like anything. At one point of time, he will lower his tone, he speaks in very lesser manner. What happened to that person? All of a sudden, he lost himself. If you speak in this manner, then crowd, they will not sit back. They will come forward and they will pay their huge attention. Their ears, their eyes will be focusing on you. What happened? They will create great anticipation. So I was trying to tell you that you need to vary your pitch. You need to vary your tone. Then only people will be paying your attention. Example, there was a guy, newsreader from DD channel, long back in 90s. Whatever he wants to deliver regarding news, he will be speaking in same tone. His name is Mr. Shanti Swaroop. You could find his videos on YouTube. Just watch those videos. You could connect with this one. Variation in pitch. He will never vary his pitch. He will never vary his facial expressions. You watch that one. I recommend you to watch that one. He was Mr. Shanti Swaroop. Then only you will coming to know how fishy are we. Next one. Watch yourself in the mirror. This is the ideal method. Even though you can get n number of methods to improvise your skills, no problem. Still, the old traditional method is giving us the finest results. No better person is than you to judge yourself. Stand in front of a mirror. Speak to you. This will give you a number of results. Fine. Practice your speech in front of a mirror as if you were speaking directly to someone. Pay attention to your facial expressions, gestures, body movements, how welcoming you appear. Next one, you will be judging. See, while you speak to others, you will be looking at others' expressions, others' face, others' gestures, others' point of view, and now you are trying to read out others' minds. But when you speak to yourselves, what is the best way to speak to yourselves? Number one, previously we used to have only mirror, but nowadays you have a selfie camera also. So either you can face a camera in front of you, or you could face a mobile phone in front of you. Speak to yourselves. Those days we were not having a camera for recording your video. Nowadays you have a cell phone. Now what you do is you place your cell phone in front of you. You close every door. You place yourself in one room, or you go to the terrace. You place one camera still. You start speaking anything. You start speaking anything to the camera as if you are speaking only to you. Now record that one. After some time, you watch the video. Now you are the only righteous person to judge your speech, to your words, your tone, your facial expressions. Now so you will be understanding my words. Many people might have done some videos, even some TikTok videos. You might have made n number of attempts because you were not so what do we call confident. You were not feeling. You might have thought, I need to put my 100% result. I need to get 100% result. But you may not be giving 100% efforts till you find very satisfactory of your result. Till then you put on your efforts. This is the right way to get proper results. Again, I am recommending you stand in front of a camera or any kind of mirror, record that one. Either you could watch that one or you could give that video to your well-wishers. Ask them to judge how you are behaving. Next one, record yourself and learn your voice. Yeah, I was telling even this one. See, we generally, when we record our voice, we would feel very weird. Hey, is this what I feel like? Is this why my voice? It is so weird. If you feel that your voice is weird, then this is what the other person is thinking of you. The same thing they are thinking. So these many days I thought my voice is very soft, very soft, very nice. But is this my original voice? Record your voice. Not only previous slide I told you to record your video. This slide I am telling, even you could record your audio also. Record to that one and listen it to several times. Then only you will be learning your voice. You will be learning your voice. That means each and every situation, how your voice behaves, how your mouth behaves, how your tone is varying. You are primarily learning yourselves. Next one, work on your breathing. There are few persons who they will not be having control on their breathing. It goes on like this. Sir, I went to one situation. They are behaving like this. They are doing like this kind of thing. Do you know this kind of thing? See, while they speak, they do not have a control on their breath. It is very literally very much audible to the audiences. Please come out of that one. Have a control on your breath. Have a control on your mic. Have control on your microphone. Try all these things. If you are speaking person to person also, then concentrate about your breathing. For this one, you need to literally practice yoga or meditation, any kind of thing. If you are such kind of a person having this kind of a thing, even your friends or enemies might have made fun of your thing. Please practice this one. This is the right period to practice all these things. Fine. When you focus on your breathing, your voice will have more resonance and you will relax. Breathe calmly and focus on getting into rhythm. See, you will be finding your these guys, playback singers on the stage. They will be handing their mic very near to their mouth. But when they are supposed to take rest, when others are singing, they will take mic out of their mouth. Because any kind of disturbance may come, they will take off their mic. You practice all these things. Breathe calmly and focus on getting into the rhythm. Although this is a public speaking exercise, breath work will help reduce stress and improve clarity in all areas of life. Clarity. When I speak about clarity, I need to tell you something very important. Whenever you speak or whenever you write, learn this formula, ABC formula. ABC means accuracy. Accuracy means you thought of speaking one point. That means you thought of speaking regarding India with the crowd. But all of a sudden you were speaking about Pakistan. That means you lost your target. You thought of speaking about India. Now you started speaking about Pakistan or Afghanistan or Sri Lanka. So your target has been changed. Your accuracy rate has been put down. It is very low. So whenever you speak very accurate. Next one, B means brevity. You can note down these points. These points will lead you to success. Brevity means anything that you put very brief manner. You wanted to tell the content, speak only content. Do not go beyond the content. Do not give unnecessary examples. Do not give any kind of anecdotes. Do not give any kind of annotations. Anecdotes means this is today's task. Facts versus truth versus anecdotes. Spelling is ANECDOTES. You try to find these things and we shall discuss later part. Anecdotes. Next one, C means clarity. Sometimes when you keep on speaking with your friend, all of a sudden your friend ask me that, hey, first నువ్వు ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నావు నీకన్నా అర్థమవుతుందా, నువ్వేం చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నావు నీకు తెలుస్తుందా, ఇలాంటి పదాలు మీరు వినుంటారు. You might have heard all these kind of things, or you could have seen at least these things in films. That means we plan to speak something A, something B, but all of a sudden we might be speaking something Z or Z plus whatever it may be. You lost speaking about this one and suddenly you want to relate this one to this one. When you want to relate all these things, some clarity will be missing. When you want to take help of any analogies, any example, then relate those things properly so that you will maintain your clarity. I repeat, you should be having some proper skills called accuracy, brevity, clarity. You can note down these points or you could take screenshot of this one. Moving on to next slide. Give your speech to another person. If you want to present anything, you could ask your friends, your parents. You could stand in front of them. You could speak because these are your well-wishers. These are your well-wishers. They may tell you, but this has been told by professionals. But what I personally tell is, who are the right persons to give your feedback is, can anyone tell me who is the right person to give your feedback, right feedback?
Friends, sir.
Okay.
Ourselves, sir.
Okay.
Enemies, sir.
Yes. Swati,
Enemies,
repeat.
sir.
Enemies. Okay.
Enemies.
Okay. Enemies. Okay. Anyone else? Enemies matramena inka evaru unnara?
The one who can find our negative qualities correctly.
Yes, accepted. The one is who is good at finding mistakes or negatives in us. Okay, this is accepted, but this person is not necessarily an enemy. Okay. These kind of persons are called critics. So if you really want to excel anything, if you want to achieve more, then you should be taking feedback from your enemies. Sir, I don't have enemies, I only have friends. No problem. Then you meet critics. Whatever the inputs that have been given by your critics, consider them primarily. That will give you good result. Your friends and your parents at some point of time, they may feel కాకి పిల్ల కాకి ముద్దన్నట్టు, మీరు ఎంత తక్కువగా చేసినా కానీ బాబా నా కూతురు ఎంత బాగా చేసింది, నా కొడుకు ఎంత బాగా చేశాడు అనుకుంటా ఉంటారు. దాని నుంచి మన ఎదుగుదలకు అంత ఉంటుంది అంటే నేనైతే నమ్మను. ఫ్రెండ్స్ అరే మనోడు చేస్తానట్రా, ఎంత బాగా చేస్తానట్రా అని అనుకుంటారు అన్నమాట. మనకి కరెక్ట్గా ఉన్నది ఉన్నట్టుగా చెప్పగలిగే వ్యక్తులు ఎవరంటే, నంబర్ 1 యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. యూ షుడ్ బి మా బినతి మ్యూట్ యువర్ మైక్. Someone asked to mute herself. Okay, listen students. So primarily the best critic should be yourself to yourself. Next one, you need to have critics. You need to take inputs from critics. You need to take inputs from enemies. You need to take inputs from your friends, family. You need to listen to all the people, listen to your mind, listen to your soul, listen to your enemies, friends, whatever it may be, whatever, even society inputs also. You take all the inputs, consider which is good for your growth, which is good for your health. Next one, speaking directly to any other person will help relax you and give experience with getting feedback from someone. If they have questions about your speech, it is likely that members of an audience will have the same questions. If there are 100 questions, If there are 100 people, one person may ask any kind of question. Don't think that this is a silly question. The question may be for remaining 99 persons also. So any question tossed on to you, try to answer that one to your best effort. Answer that one to the extent that you know. And if you do not know that question, you could say in a polite manner, sorry, I do not know the answer. I will work out on it. I will get back to you soon. Try to learn all these things. Be polite to the crowd. Be polite to the person whoever questions you. Be polite to work hard to get back to your negatives. If anyone told you do not know this one, no problem. Take that one. If any person is telling you, as the previous example I told you, you are telling address to one person. He is kept on asking you many questions. అలాంటప్పుడు మీరేం చేయాలి? ఇన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ నేను అడగడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఇచ్చాను కదా అని మీ గురించి మీరు బాధపడాలి, కానీ ఇన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ వాడు అడుగుతున్నాడే వారి మీద మీరు కోపం తెచ్చుకోకూడదు. దిస్ ఇస్ బ్యాడ్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ యూ. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, పిక్ ఎ సబ్జెక్ట్ దట్ యూ రియల్లీ కేర్ అబౌట్. ఎగ్జాంపుల్, కొంతమంది అడుగుతారన్నమాట, సార్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎట్లా నేర్చుకోవాలి, స్కిల్స్ ఎలా పెంచుకోవాలి అంటే. ద రియల్ అడ్వైస్ దట్ ఐ గివ్ యూ ఈస్ టేక్ ఎ న్యూస్ పేపర్. ఇన్ దట్ basically people would tell you to read editorial column, but I don't prefer this one. You will be finding something very interesting. Few people fashion side, fashion column, few people sports column, few people political column. Many people do tell that read the Hindu newspaper, accepted, but for a person who is struggling to learn even basic English words, this is not the right forum for you. You could go with something like Deccan Herald, Deccan Chronicle, Times of India, anything. You could take these things, because even those fellows are writing in English only. You could take these things. Even in this also, you may find the words which you may not know. I am telling not to follow Hindu at the beginning stage, because here you may lose your confidence. Okay. You could read the columns that you are very much interested in, these kind of newspapers. Even nowadays you are finding even digital newspaper also. Okay, start reading the columns that you are very much interested in. Then only, if you are really good at finding the all vocabulary related to your favorite columns, then move on to editorial column. స్టార్టింగ్లోనే మీరు ఎడిటోరియల్ కాలంకి వెళ్ళి కూర్చున్నారంటే ఆ టాపిక్స్ మీకు తెలుసుండవు, ఆ పాయింట్స్ మీకు నచ్చవు, ఫోకస్ అంతా కోల్పోతారు, అసలు న్యూస్ పేపర్ చదవడమే మానేస్తారు. మీకు నచ్చిన దాంతో స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. ఫ్యాషన్ కాలం, స్పోర్ట్స్ కాలం, పొలిటికల్ కాలం, మ్యూజిక్ కాలం, సినిమా కాలం, ఏదో ఒకటి నచ్చింది తీసుకోండి. దాంట్లో వాడే వర్డ్స్ అన్నీ నాకు అన్నీ తెలుసు అని మీకు అనిపించిన రోజు ఎడిటోరియల్ కాలంకి వెళ్ళి కూర్చోండి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ అ గుడ్ పాయింట్. యూ కెన్ స్పీక్ అబౌట్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ ది హార్ట్. మీకు తెలిసిన టాపిక్ అడిగిన రోజు యూ విల్ బి స్పీకింగ్ విత్ యువర్ హార్ట్. That means you are going to produce your 100%. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఫెయిల్ అయినా కానీ కూడా మీరు బాధపడరు. You will be very happy because of your presentation, because you spoke that one with your heart. Next one, focus on the material, not the audience. మీ మెటీరియల్ అంటే ఏంటి? మీరు ఏమైతే ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకున్నారో, మీ మైండ్లో ఎంతవరకు అయితే నాలెడ్జ్ ఉందో, ఓన్లీ ఫోకస్ ఆన్ దట్ వన్. డోంట్ ఫోకస్ అబౌట్ ది ఆడియన్సెస్. Don't focus about the result. Next one, don't overthink audience reactions. The audience, they may be thinking like this. See, ఒక్కసారి example గా చెప్తున్నాను. ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాప్స్ ఇదే మీరు సెవెరల్ టైమ్స్ మీరు చెప్పారంటే గనక your pronunciation will be like this. ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాప్స్ అనే దాన్ని మీరు ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాప్స్ అనొచ్చు, ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాప్స్ అనొచ్చు. మీ ప్రొనౌన్సియేషన్ మారుతుంది. పొరపాటున మీరు ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాప్స్ అనాల్సిండేది ఫ్లిప్ ఫ్లాప్ అని మీరు అన్నారు అనుకో, మీ నోటి నుంచి ఒక్కసారి వచ్చింటుంది. దానికి క్రౌడ్ నవ్వారే అనుకో, నో ప్రాబ్లం. లేదంటే నవ్వుకోకుండా ఉన్నారు, నవ్వుతారేమో, మనసులో ఏమో అనుకున్నారేమో అని మీరు అక్కడే ఆగిపోయారా, మీ మిగతా ప్రెజెంటేషన్ అంతా గోవింద, ఇట్స్ గాన్. నో ప్రాబ్లం. There may be, we may be having some physical problem, nothing wrong in that. We may be not in a position to pronounce everything properly, no problem. Consider all your negatives, no problem. Next time you have to work out on that one. ikkada jarigina mistakes next time jaragokunda chuskovalsi. Next one, Don't overthink about audience reactions. That day I told you, Sachin told something to journalist that if I cannot read the things that are going in my mind, how can you people are trying to read my mind? సో ఆడియన్స్ మైండ్లో ఏం జరుగుతుందో ఆడియన్స్కి ఒక్కొక్కసారి తెలియనప్పుడు వాళ్ళ మైండ్లో అది జరుగుతుంది ఇది జరుగుతుంది. వై డూ యూ ఓవర్ రియాక్ట్ దట్? Do not overthink about PPT or presentation or any kind of thing. You should be thinking only about your presentation, only about your content. That's it for today's topic. You can ask any kind of doubts. You can interact with me.